Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Merry Christmas. Christmas is here, guys. This Christmas is going to be different. Not just lights under the tree, but reflection. Because investing is I think, a lot like Christmas. You don't wake up on December 25th expecting magic unless you did the work all year. You were a good boy, little boy or girl, okay? Most people want Christmas without the effort. They want the price without the patience, and they want the results without the research. Ain't happening. Yeah, it's not how we build wealth. Yeah, it's not how XRP works. XRP ain't no lottery ticket. It's not just a hypey meme coin. It's financial infrastructure, the kind that gets built quietly, boring in a boring way until it's essential. All year long, we've researched. You watch the filings, track the ETFs, all year long, you guys. Filed tokenization, you learn liquidity, Genius Act, blah, blah, blah. Others argued price. And you've been studying mechanics and paying attention to macro. You learned how institutions actually buy. You learned why custody matters. You learned why the spot ETFs create pressure. You learned why settlement assets matter. And you learned why XRP is different from these others. So welcome into the channel. And Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Now, this is what earning Christmas looks like, guys. Not excitement, but discipline. Not noise, but understanding. By December 26th, Christmas, this next year, 1 year from now, things are no longer theoretical. Banks are not testing, they're live. And tokenization is not coming. It's actually active at that point. Liquidity is not optional. It's actually required to keep the system greased. XRP is not being debated. It's being used quietly, consistently, and at scale. Welcome in, Thong. Thong, you welcome in. Good morning. Please tap like and subscribe. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Thank you for your sentiment. Guys, this is what XRP's price cranks. Supply is spoken for. Demand is structural. Liquidity is tight. Okay, it's not just going up because of ODL, and it's not going to go up just because of ODL. It's all of these things. It's the structure that's going to make it go. This is when the market finally notices, not because of a tweet or because of some candle or something. You know what I mean? Like a huge I mean, we love it, right? But it's because the system needs it. That's why everybody's going to pay attention to it. Not because it's the next best thing in someone's ear that day, okay, or that week, right? Now, let's think about this next year at this time, okay? It's going to be not just a number on a screen. It's going to feel surreal. You remember what's been happening this whole time. You remember when it was ignored, it was boring. People laughed, of course, at XRP. They're still doing it. This is going to be a very exciting moment throughout the year, but certainly this next Christmas coming. This is still great. We love it. Yeah, this is going to be the best gift under the tree, not because we got rich, of course, but because we were actually patient and we were proper in research. XRP doesn't reward emotion, of course. It's discipline that XRP rewards. It rewards research. It rewards time. Time in the market is, of course, always going to beat timing the market, as they say. This is not financial advice, of course. This is simply a lesson. Informational and entertainment purposes only, okay? Markets don't pay the ones who are hanging around. They pay the prepared, okay? If you treat investing like a shortcut, you're going to get nothing. If you treat crypto investing like a shortcut, you get nothing. If you treat it like preparation, then yeah, Christmas can come early. Maybe it did for this people. Yeah, but Christmas this year, but certainly next year, Christmas can come early. And perhaps we may see XRP under the tree this next year at a high price. Who knows? We'll have to see. But we've been tracking this for quite some time. Thanks for joining us on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with the Tank. Get to some comments here from Thongy Tong. I love the handles. I kind of like how it's giving me more time to buy. Well, that's good. Good for you, Gab. But that means you know what you're talking about. And I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're going to say that to me, that means you know what you're doing. What is this name here? Oh, boy. Old Man Glasses. Yes, thongy tong. That means you know what in the world you're doing. That's my opinion. Those who purchase things at a low price, knowing they go up higher later in time, that sounds like a wise person to me. If the goal of that individual is to gain financially, that's a wise, financially driven person. Come on, this is common sense. It's not financial advice. Guys, we're going to get to the markets. Let's share the screen and let's share the screen. Let's share the screen and see how this plays out here. Bitcoin coming in at 87,593 today. Total cryptocurrency market cap coming in at 2.95 trillion today. Fear and greed is in at 28%. And Ethereum is going for 2,930. XRP coming in at $1.86. Your Solana's going for $122 a Solana. Dogecoin coming in at 12 cents, and ADA Cardano coming 35 cents, and Stellar Lumens coming in at 21 cents. We've got more to cover. Hedera Hashgraph coming in at 11 cents. We're going to cover all the winners, all of those that are jumping up, coming up in the future. Listen, if you're wondering why is he reading those off, because these are the coins that I chose many years ago and loaded up on more. And I know these are future winners in my mind, but I'm not a financial advisor. So as far as anybody else is concerned, just a guess. Never buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on the channel. Crypto is very risky. You could lose your socks, your shorts, your pants, your glasses, everything in crypto. Hey, by the way, if you love Bitcoin, you love Ethereum, this is not the channel for you. You might as well jump off right now. Kidding. You might still like it, but I don't particularly care for a Bitcoin or an Ethereum these days. God bless your souls, and good for you, Ethereum, and thank you for that's dumb. I see the truth. Thank you for helping to keep run everything on your chain there. Bless you. Your first mover advantage, son of a gun. Hey, ICP coming in at $3.05. I don't like cheaters. I feel like I don't like cheaters. That's a statement I'll make. It's just a statement I make. I just don't like cheaters. XDC Network coming in at 4 cents. Quant coming in at $73 for a quant. Let's just take a quant for an example here. Don't use the word just. Very passive aggressive. Let's look at its all chart with this massive spike, how we drop down the mountain here and then take a sideways turn for this entire time with a wedge we can draw with a descending line there and an ascending line, relatively flat, but somewhat ascending line here. Higher highs, higher lows for the old quantster. Now, if we took quant and took a massive flag, all it is a massive bull pennant. I'm kidding. I mean, come on. Let's wake up and smell whatever you're drinking this morning. For me, it's a mixture of mushroom tea and just a little bit of the organic coffee, the natural caffeine. Did you know you want to get your coffee organic? As a side note, a lot of what's happening when you decide to stop coffee, if you do, for some days, you get that massive headache. It's not dehydration. It's actually, you're more hydrated by not drinking the coffee. You should drink two glasses of water for every coffee that you have, by the way. It's so dehydrating, and it's a diuretic, by the way. It makes you pee. But anyway, side note on coffee here, what you want to do is get the organic, because when you're having that headache, you're actually withdrawing from the toxins you're not getting anymore, pesticides and so on and so forth, that actually spray the coffee bean. That's actually what's happening. Wake up, please, and smell the coffee that you're drinking, and be careful to make sure that it's organic coffee. That's a suggestion, and those are my opinions. I am not a health channel by any means, and I'm not a doctor. I'm an entertainer. Anyway, now that we've had that fun, would you just look at Merlin Chain, which I've never had eyes on in my life ever. Merlin Chain, just because it's fun. Just because it's fun. No, I don't play games like that. That's not who you're watching. I'm grounded in research. My selections run as follows. Here you go. Tanker selections run as follows. See them? See them up there on the screen? Those are my selections. Those are my personal selections. I am not a financial advisor. You're never going to go buy or sell in anything because what I say or do on a channel, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a talking head. I'm a researcher. I'm an entertainer. And that's what you're getting on the channel. Am I solid and sound in the researching? I don't know. That's up for debate. That's all relative, by the way, because I'd have to answer that. To answer that, I'd have to compare myself to another researcher, wouldn't I? Or we would have no frame of reference. So, who knows if I'm a good researcher or not? I can say that I've chosen 46 projects, and I've changed 2 of them over the past 6 years. I chose them all 6 years ago. Some only came out 4 years ago or 3 years ago when I chose them. However, I've been holding these 46 for quite some time. So I hope that we're smart in the ways of crypto. If you're wondering what we hold, I suppose we can put that in the Patreon and make that be a thing. I know my stuff. Here's the thing about the tank. Now, look, you got to be nice on this channel. Every once in a while, I'm always nice, all right? But every once in a while, I may appear that I'm not nice, and I am nice. I get very truthful, and I say it because it's tough love. I'm going to say a couple things here. First of all, crypto, let's take, come on. Enough of the Christmas, enough of the Christmas cheer there, buddy. Okay, here's the deal. Let's get serious with you. A couple things with cryptocurrency, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Those who attempt to play cryptocurrency investing and think they're going to put some of their, all right, let's put it this way. Those who believe that they are going to treat cryptocurrency investing, and I'm not a financial advisor, as they would, what is it, some of these sports books that they do now, that they actually promote, and there are monstrous companies making a great living to the tune of billions of dollars for these NFL betting apps where you're betting on NFL scores and games. Really? Oh, bless your souls. Are you having fun with that? Are you enjoying a nice little endorphin? You're not going to like me if you're doing these things. You're not going to like the tanker. I spit the truth. I'm not afraid to say the truth. Meaning, some folks are afraid to say the truth 9 out of 10 times because their position will not be as juicy or nice if they say their truth to the world, because then the world will do the blacklist thing and blah, 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 blah. See what I mean? So, and that's one large part of why a lot of folks won't spit the truth. See, thing is Tanker is not interested in any of that stuff because he knows his time on this third rock from the sun, trailing and orbiting at the same time our closest star, the sun that's zipping, you medium yellow spectral star that's zipping careening through the cosmos at thousands of miles per second, towards the general direction of Vega, I only have so many decades on this dumb little rock, hello? See, I see the truth. We're on a little tennis ball zipping through space, and I have but so much time on my eternal ride because I can't die. I'm a soul being that is consciousness that can never and will never die, and so are you, by the way. So here I am in this funny little body right now called the tanker, in this shell, living these decades on this little rock right now. That's only one ride for me. I ain't dumb. I know the truth of that. I remember, okay? Maybe folks don't. It's not really that big of a deal to say, now, wait a minute. What's most important, rather than gathering riches here and maybe sliding my brother or sister to gain those riches, is my eternal ride. Duh! Anybody awake out there? Who are the Christian people that are celebrating Christmas, that are spiritual beings and believe in the whole thing? I'm not going to go saying certain because of the algorithm. Who are the spiritual who believe in something beyond that? They are actually a spiritual being inhabiting a shell of a flesh suit. Could have been green, black, white, orange, brown. Who knows what color suit you chose this time, whatever it is. Who knows? Maybe you're big, fat, round. Maybe you're good looking. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're smart. Maybe you're dumb. Who knows? Who knows what the genetics spinned out this time? This time you're actually watching crazy crypto stuff. So what does that say about you or me? This is who we are this time around. Crazy crypto folk. At least I am. All right, so that's who you're watching, is Crazy Frank the Crypto Tank, who sees the truth of the existence. Yes, I am largely busted out of the Matrix. Yes, the Matrix is actually mentioned so many times in the Bible, it'll probably make your head spin. Yes, the Matrix is actually a real thing. It's just how are you going to frame it and how are you going to perceive it and view the Matrix. You want to look at it like the movie that had Neo in it, or are you going to look at it as the way the Bible discusses it? Or will you frame your own reference for how you see this place, which is the matrix or a womb. All right. Hey, it's Christmas. Why not get on to the Christmassy, truth of things stuff? The real spiritual, energetic truth of things that we're here for but a time. I mean, come on, man. All right, back to crypto. Who's in here? Crawbillies, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Crawbillies. Good morning, my friend. Good morning to my people that come and join us. I love my community here. Curtis, good morning. XRP will not hit high prices, says Curtis. I respect everybody's opinion, Curtis. I'm not going to dog you for saying that. I know some people might. Curtis says XRP will not hit high prices. That notion is based on an old outlook for XRP. Actually, it's not. And I know what you're talking about. And here's what you're talking about as far as an old outlook. What you're trying to say, Curtis, let me help enlighten you and show you very kindly, and I really mean this, I'm going to be so nice, because you're correct in a way. The thing is you're actually over the target, and I realize this as well. I've been covering it. You are correct. See, in some ways, XRP will still go up. But the thing is the part you're correct on is the notion that it was going to go up on, that everybody was basing it on, which is essentially strictly ODL, is not real and true. It's not going up just because of ODL. So, Curtis, that part of what you're saying is actually correct and good for you for calling it out. See, I told you we're only about truth. And I told you if I found out I was wrong about XRP, I literally that second would turn tail and say I was wrong about XRP this whole time, even though I did this whole channel. I'm very sorry. And I'm going, and I'm just going to say, thank goodness I have some of the others. All the others. Thank God. Thank goodness I spread out my portfolio just in case. But what I will say to you, sir, is that you're correct. Folks think that XRP is going to go to a high price because of ODL, and that's not true. That's not real. So you're correct on that. What it goes up on is a three-pronged structure. I need to do an episode on it. Not unlike the Triskelion, the Ripple symbol. And once that little spinner starts spinning like the kids do, the little spinners, to keep their attention on the table. See, once that all starts spinning over 20 with the third tier, the third prong, which is tokenization, my good Sir Curtis, you're partially correct. I love you for saying this. I love people for saying the truth. That's why I don't want people offended when I say Bitcoin's crap and Ethereum's crap, because I spit the truth. If it's mine that I've been following for years, I'll say it's crap if I find out it's crap. So this piece of as far as price movement is actually crap. I agree with you. People don't realize that there should be some disappointment as far as XRP going up strictly on ODL. It's not going to do that. We all thought it was. Most of us in the community thought it was. Go check out the macro. Go check out Lewis. Hey, Curtis, go check out the macro with Lewis. He's awesome. He covers this. Okay. Here's the deal. Here's the truth. XRP does not go up massively in price because of ODL usage. It goes up in price because of three-prong usage. ODL on the plumbing and the liquidity provided for seams, the in-between, SEAM is what it's called, Curtis, so you know. I did a video on this, my good sir. Now you get to see who the tank is. Super knowledgeable and super kind and nice, and I'm not going to crush you and rock you. I'm actually going to back you up. Even though you sound like you're on the other side of the XRP camp, unfortunately for you, you should have a lot of XRP, in my opinion. If you didn't do that, you made a mistake. XRP is going to high prices, Curtis, still, because of this three-pronged approach. So the first prong, of course, is what we're discussing right now, which is the plumbing of the banking systems to serve in between, which is what we call seams, in between the bank's transactions, okay? Not going to do it alone. It's all that along with, wait for it, spot ETF custody requirements where you can't buy off OTC over the counter all nice and quiet, or any other dark pool like Whales or, Ripple itself all nice and quiet. Are you getting this, buddy? So that's the second prong of our Triskelion three-tiered repricing structure, It's a repricing structure, my good friend. So now the third, which by the way, that doesn't start happening until kind of like another year or two. Now in another year or two, about 2027 going into 2028, the tokenized assets, tokenizing treasuries and so forth and that kind of stuff starts happening on the ledger and so on and so forth. And this tokenization is that third prong that once these three are in place be patient, for a couple of few years after that is when each of those three prongs thirsts with an S at the end for more, difficult word to say, for more and more XRP. Uh-oh! Now XRP price start going up a lot out of nowhere, fast and hard. So I hope you understand the truth, Curtis, because I just gave it to you. And as the next 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years play out with XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Algo, IOTA, Quant, ADA, and so on and so forth, my good brother, on this Christmas morning. Please don't forget VeChain and a few others. Not a financial advisor, but wow, boy, might you be surprised about a high price. So I got what you're saying, and you kind of make sense, but I think I made a lot, no offense at all, I think I kind of made a lot more sense. I'd like to hear what you have to say to that. I hope I'm not trying to destroy people. I hope I didn't destroy you. I want to say that nicely, Curtis. I love you, buddy. It's Christmas. No, I hope you catch this. Can you please tell me you understand what I just said, my good friend Curtis? Unless you just took off to eat some Christmas pie. Good morning, Crawbillies. Marty, good morning. Merry Christmas. The weather here is crazy warm. Boy, I think I just tanked somebody on Christmas. I hope I didn't. I hope I was nice, guys. Tell me I was nice and informative and kind to that person. No snow this year in Colorado. No kidding. What is going on? It does not feel like Christmas at all. Thongy says, I agree, Marty. Thongy says, I didn't win the Powerball, but XRP is my second chance. And it is. And don't worry if it's not. Please. Hey, guys, look at. I am not a financial advisor. I couldn't tell you what to do, and I never would. What I do personally is I don't only bank on XRP. I do the old XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, IOTA, Algo, Quant, ADA. Why do I do that? That's me personally. Why do I do that? Because I know that even if one or two of them fall by the wayside, as they say, I still got 6 others. And if only 4 of them go up a little bit over time and are better than they were before, but don't bring life-changing wealth, it's okay. Because the last 2 that are left, probably going to be XRP and XLM. But then I look at Quant and I look at some of the others and I say, oh my gosh, I know you're not a financial advisor, Frank, but you're a smart guy and you see what's going on here. So, geez, where's Quant going to be in 2, 3, 5 years? My goodness, Christmas sakes. So, I look at that and I say, wow, what about those 2 that are going to run? Oh boy. I think I'm looking good with the 8 ISO. And then I want to spread out, of course, and grab even more than those. I want to grab some game plays. Myself personally, I grab some gaming plays. I grab some meme plays like some Doji and some Shiba, because here's the deal. How about use your head for a second? How about that, huh? Let's be nice on Christmas. Use your head, huh? Think about this one. Riddle me this one, Batman. What do you think's going to happen when so if about 17, 16, 15, whatever % of the Americans are into crypto now, and we know about 80 to 85% are going to be into crypto, just like about 15% whatever had a computer and were into the internet back in the day, and then all of a sudden it went to 85, 90%. Your grandma's buying Christmas presents on the internet and sending it, literally. Okay. Yeah, you tracking? Everybody tracking me? Right? Right. That's what's happening with crypto. Are you paying attention or not, is my question. Because in 3 to 5 to 7 years, when the ISOs and some of these others are at $20, $30, $50 for a coin price, and the world realizes, oh my God, Dono ADA? That thing was at 35 cents on Christmas 2026. I saw that wacky guy with the hat on. You know, that guy, that crypto guy, Frank the Tank, I saw him that time on 2026, you know. Now we're into kind of 2028, 2029. ADA's at frickin' 25, 30, 50 bucks. And anybody who has a little bit of it is going, that was the dumbest laugh I think I've ever produced. I tried to make it funny, but I didn't want to, I have to explain it. I didn't want to make the voice squeak up high. So you got a really ridiculous laugh. I apologize. However, let's think about the truth, guys. Whoever purchases these things like this may get surprised. How could I know? I'm not a financial advisor. Nice numerology, 222. Nice numerology. So 1222, also nice numerology. Chainlink, all-time high, $52. You really think that's all that thing's ever going to moving forward? Knowing what Chainlink does, knowing how much Trump's family bought of Chainlink, that you could see was visible. They're not hiding it. That links the blockchains together. Hey, what good's a blockchain if it operates by itself as a walled garden? You can't have siloed blockchains. They need to interoperate together swiftly and easily and communicate and talk with each other, and securely, I might add. Right? Right. Anybody tracking me? So what do you think that, given that this is the one of the only major players that's actually doing this properly with the proper team and board and blah, 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 blah. Oh boy, don't make me Frank, they're not doing anything to you. It's you freaking yourself out. I love to help the humans, and I want you to see the truth of this. There's no way in my eyes on this planet that is ever going to be at a $52 chain link. It will be at a $300 to a $552 chain link in my eyes. And there's another. Let me just run through another here for you real quick, skis, just if you don't mind. An all-time high of an all-time high of 93 cents. Now, if we believe Stellar XLM running on the Stellar Lumens, running on the Stellar Lumens, it's actually the Stellar Development Foundation. Okay, SDF. So this stellar lumen, if we believe that this lumen is not going to go up from 21 cents way past its all-time high of 70 something cents, whatever I said, 93 cents, then maybe we should be smoking something. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't. But let's get our heads screwed on straight and pay attention to the world. If you knew what this project did and what it's been doing and its positioning in the world and where it's going, you wouldn't ask that question. You would say, that's 100. And if you knew its tokenomics and so on and so forth, you would say, that little son of a gun. I yelled loudly because I had my pinky on my coffee warmer, which is super hot, and it's pressed down. I didn't know. And when you heard that spike in my voice, because I burned my pinky, that was funny. I'm okay, don't worry. Yeah, if we don't think that little sucker ain't going to kind of like $150, $200 based on tokenomics and everything, I think we're not paying attention. Anyway, I don't care if that chart looks like that. Don't tell. Look at its chart, though. Looks like a bunch of SETI spikes. Looks like a bunch of wow signals. Who cares? Don't matter to me none. Wait till you see this thing play out, guys. Hedera Hashgraph's at 11 cents. What in the world's going on with that thing going to $200, $300, $400, $500, $1,000? And I'm not kidding. And that's not financial advice, but you think that that's not real. That's absolutely real. That thing absolutely can go to $1,000 for sure. Hedera. Let's call it a $700 Hedera. So you know what? I thought Tanker was correct. I got a little inheritance. No, not you, me. I thought I was correct, and I decided to go ahead, never financial advice, and perform a fake little calculator exercise and purchase $25,000 worth of Hedera Hashgraph at 11 cents. I decided to do it. I got a wild hair. 227,000 coins after I paid my exchange fee, whatever. 227,000 coins. Now, when 227,000 coins goes past, let's just call it $175. When each one, you know what? That's not real. I'm not doing it. I'm going $475 because that's where she's going. That's the price. Guess how much money I have then? Can you read it? It's 107.8 mil before I pay taxes for putting in 25K. You think that can't happen? You think You honestly believe Hedera Hashgraph in like 5, 7, 10 years or so is not going to $475 per Hedera Hashgraph? You don't know crypto and you don't know this stuff. I'm sorry, I don't want to be rough on Christmas or rude. Not everybody is meant to travel the Oregon Trail. That's happening. Oh, she's going to $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. Oh, yeah. In 3, 5, 7, 10 years, nobody can call. You see how I'm doing that? Because I can't put a finger on it. This is what everybody wants to try to do. You can't do that. You generally map out, when in doubt, zoom out, get a macro picture on things and quit being a frickin', is what I remind myself. Don't be impatient. Be patient. Be patient. That's what I remind myself to do, to when in doubt, zoom out and be patient on all this stuff and know that investing is not this thing that I jump in. And by the way, I never finished that thought before on those couple things. One thing is that folks they lack the patience to stick in with very boring stuff and very boring routines that they must continue day after day in order to be successful, not the least of which is research, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. The second thing folks lack, of course, is enough courage and enough strength and the ability to put the blinders on and tune out the noise and have the ability to take these and sit on them and take this and put it somewhere and stop trying to touch the portfolio unless one's going to add to it. And we have the inability to do this as well and have the patience. We have the inability to say, to leave it out in the open and say, I don't know when I'm going to die and I don't know how I'm going to die, and it's fine. I'm not going to try to put a fine point on it or a fine finger on it and worry about it every day, right? I'm not just going to live my life. I don't know. Same thing with the markets, huh? Same thing. You don't know when they're going to go up for it. When they go up for you, then they do. And then that's the time you say, hey, I put them in. Until then, I never, as a wise individual, am going to go putting money into crypto or any other investment that I keep long-term in there that I'm going to go need to pay a monthly freaking bill. Why would I do that? It's only extra money I have, bubblegum money, extra that gets put in there that I never touch. And if it does go to zero and got burned in a fire, somehow my life still goes on. You got it? You got it. You got it. You're tracking. You're tracking. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. This is information and a little bit of entertainment. And calculator exercise showing us that how $25,000 of Hedera Hashgraph purchased at 11 cents right now allows an individual to grab 227,200 something, whatever, coins of Hedera Hashgraph. And when it goes to $475 coming up 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years, that individual has $107,000,082, which 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years, that's really only worth about freaking 40 million or so, right? Right. Because now you got to consider inflation. That's not the real number because inflation keeps happening. Hey, it ain't never going to stop. All right. You got it? So anyway, inflation, maybe it's still at like 90, 80 mil or something. Juicy still, right? 87 mil. Let's be a little more accurate. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying the episode. I hope you're enjoying this guy yap the truth at you. I spit the truth. I'm not saying other channels don't. I'm not saying others in your world do not. I am telling you that I know I spit the truth. And anybody interested in getting the truth likes to watch us once in a while. And I hope that you're spending time with friends and family and having the best Christmas ever. This is my hope. The best Christmas ever. Let me get to some comments here. Sorry for not paying attention. And ranting and raving and rambling. Let's see. Cram says, simply put, XRP is the railroad tracks for all other engines to run on. I'm sorry I'm reading like that. To run on for world financial systems. Merry Christmas. Nice point, Krim. Breaking down, Crowbilly says, breaking down pretty good. Breaking down pretty good. Yes, sir. Yep, we're trying. Yep. Another 5 years. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We know it doesn't matter. You got to stack it all, says Crowbillies, because you just don't know. You just don't know. You got to be prepared. You got to be spread out. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Somebody told me one time is what I say to myself constantly. I can't say that to you because I'm not a financial advisor. Good morning, Art Caffeine. Merry Christmas. Future billionaires, don't you know it? Hey, guys, the thing with XRP and with all this stuff and what I'm breaking down is that anybody not watching right now what crypto's doing, anybody not paying attention to the macro, the broader macro environment per se, including what's happening in, what's going on with Japan. And please, without making all kinds, reverse carry trade and what's this, all this, what's this going to, come on, without getting too crazy with macro, because it's hard enough to say what's happening in our own household or in our own backyard or domestically with our own tricky little players, right? Right. And now we're going to try to go abroad and then go say what other countries are doing as well and then connect the dots. We can do it and we should do it. Just know that we're getting into different levels of complexity. This is like kind of trying to play AA baseball and then you go into the pros, or you're playing, college level football, and then all the players who say it, who are honest, they get there and like, oh, that game fast. We're a little faster than college football. Oh, and boys ain't playing. Right. Best on the planet. So there's a difference, we know this truth. We see different subtle differences, of course. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your Christmas. I don't want to yap at you with some nonsense, okay? You want to give me something to talk about in the comments, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm busting out of here. I hope you're having a great Christmas, and I am busting out. So have a great Christmas. Enjoy it. Please join us in Las Vegas. Art Caffeine and I will be connecting in Vegas, of course, and some others from the channel. Please join us in XRP Las Vegas. We're going to have a blast. Get everybody over there that we can to support the tanker, especially if you're in the Vegas area. You're going to want to get onto xrplasvegas.com. It's a little bit pricey for a ticket, in my opinion. But of course, that statement is very relative. Is it really pricey when you look at what you get value-wise? Kind of once in a lifetime opportunity, and that way it's not pricey. It actually could cost more, and it doesn't. So that's my rationale on the ticket, and I really mean that on the ticket. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. So for those of you who would like to join us there, please do, particularly our Vegas folks. We'd love to see you there. And guys, on a human, the point of crypto for me is to get rich and help the humans, including myself. So on that human note, I say, have a blessed Christmas with yourself, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your pets. Enjoy it. Be nice. Remember, sometimes I show you what not to do when I freak out. Don't do what I do. Freak out. Don't freak out. Be nice to people every day, especially today. Enjoy it. Have fun with your family. Thanks for joining Frank the Crypto Tank. Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy. Tap like, subscribe if you don't mind down below. Helps us out a lot. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Love you guys. See ya. Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas.